What's good with everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you that raw content that you deservedly need. We got the gang today. Myself, DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, Mr. Jones, Hoop Jargon, Rev, aka Revolution Radio, and Shanker. We about to go in on this game. Uh, Pretty much, we told you how the Hornets could win and how the Pelicans could lose, and both things happened. What did we say in the other video? If the Pelicans go out of their way, don't play good ball movement, don't play stingy defense, the Hornets will come back. And people were saying, oh, that couldn't happen. Look what happened today. Look what happened. And this shit's embarrassing. That game, I didn't even want to watch the full game because it was sloppy. It was unorganized. Both teams are playing weird lineups. No offensive cohesion. Lonzo Ball just playing like a 3-and-D player instead of a point guard. And you could tell he was down the whole game. He was just down. He had his head down. He wasn't assertive. Maybe it's because they're not getting him involved, but still you got to pick yourself up in times of adversity. As for LaMelo was very aggressive in this game. There was a sequence when there was a loose ball and LaMelo fought Lonzo for that ball, and that ignited the whole Hornets team. It ignited the whole Hornets team. It's a damn shame that LaMelo Ball, you see a player that's fighting and scrapping, and your coach can't even put you in the game to get a triple-double. What a damn shame. And I'm saying this right now, and I'll say it again. They better treat LaMelo right, because when that rookie contract is up, don't tell me there ain't going to be enough teams looking for him. Now, Rev, what do you think about this game, my brother?
Oh, boy. Shout out to the panel. All my guys on here, Mr. Jones, Hoop Jargon, Shanker. Shout out to DJ's Raw, Uncut Truth, the Godfather around these parts, new media, hashtag new media. First off, congratulations to LeVar and Tina Ball and the entire Ball family for getting 2 lottery picks in the NBA, able to showcase their talent tonight on national television. So I want to give a lot of love to the Ball family for that. To LaMelo and Lonzo. I'm gonna start off with the good, right? LaMelo Ball is a problem. like, forget the future, forget all that other shit. Like LaMelo Ball is a problem, and like that prototypical futuristic point guard that they want. The Cade Cunningham model that they're trying to project for next year, it's already here. Like LaMelo is a walking triple-double. An easy triple-double. It's not like he got to fight for it. Of course he got to fight for it because he's playing with a bunch of bums who want to hog the ball. But, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, it's just his game is so smooth and it's so effortless. He has so much confidence. The Charlotte Hornets, like DJ said, as soon as Melo came into the game, they turned up. I mean, this is becoming a regular thing. You know what I'm saying? The Miles Bridges, the LaMelo Ball combination could be a problem for years to come. If James Borrego, who was 100% prickhead, if he moves out of the way and gets the right rotation, that combination is dangerous. Now it's time to go to the bad. I'm going to talk about the minutes and all that. I'm going to talk about, how they're destroying history and the agenda I think is out there. I'll talk about that later. But so I can get to the rest of the brothers on the panel. I'm about to say something, man. This is not the views of DJ, and I don't know if this is the views of the rest of the brothers on the channel. Lonzo Ball is a mental midget, bro.
Damn.
I'm not about to sit up here and play no more, bro.
Cook on him, Brad.
I'm not about to sit up here and play no more.
This boy cooking today, man. Okay.
I am 100% sure that boy don't love the game, man. Me and Hoop Jargon was on here like 4 days ago, and I was really talking to my brother because I know he hoop, and I played D3 in Alabama at Wallace State, and a hooper know a hooper. Melo circled this game on the calendar, boy. Y'all don't know that. Like Melo been waiting to. Like I was trying to see if it was gonna be some brotherly. I'm not gonna go hard because this my Melo was trying to kill that man out there, man. Melo was out there coming for Lonzo's head. I know a lot of times we get into debates and we talk about the coach and how he's using Lonzo, which I don't agree with the way he's used. We talk about his selfish teammates. But Jeff Van Gundy, with his slick ass, exposed some things that we have been saying for the last 2 weeks. Yes, they're playing him as a 3-and-D. Yes, they're not utilizing him the best that they can. But Jeff Van Gundy said something that was so etherish on national television. He said, you know the difference between LaMelo and Lonzo? He said LaMelo's going to the basket to score. Lonzo's going to the basket to pass. And he says,
Real.
Go ahead, brother.
Let me say this, though. What's funny is the prognostication 3 weeks ago is that LaMelo don't go to the basket either. So it's funny how they come to this conclusion when we all knew this since Illawarra. You know what I'm saying? LaMelo gonna get that contact. It's funny how they switch the game up now, though. So let me say that. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up so y'all can get on here and cook. Bro, you're absolutely right. That's the media narratives, and we gonna nuclear that later on. But when you're watching the game live, it really stands out. Zoe's body language is very passive. He doesn't seem to rise to competition. Like even tonight, defensively, he wasn't defending that the way I would have expected him to defend tonight. I mean, this is your brother. It's all love, but this is a guy that's going on record at 16, 17 years old saying, I'm already better than you. Terry Rozier out there playing fearless against you. I'm afraid for Lonzo Ball going forward. We're starting to tread dangerous waters. I know we always talk about what he needs and he needs this coach, he needs that coach and all of that. I'm afraid that teams are going to start looking at Lonzo and putting him in a box. And once they do that, you get less and less opportunity. So I'm worried about Zoe after tonight's performance. But y'all brothers, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, let me slide in.
Go ahead, brother. Go for it.
So, if anybody follows me on Twitter, they saw that I posted the ESPN interview, and I left a little caption. It was the ESPN interview between Lonzo and Melo, and the caption I left was, if you look at the very last question of that interview that was answered, it will tell you the mindset of what you need to know about Melo and what you need to know about Lonzo. If anybody looked at that interview, the last question was, who's your 5? If you can have your all-time starting 5, who would it be? Lonzo gave his, but what was interesting is when LaMelo gave his, he put himself in that. He said Melo, Shaq, blah, blah, blah. I said, hold up, did he just put himself in that? And the lady kind of looked and smirked, was like, oh, like he's really about that. Like he has it in his head that he wants to be the number 1 point guard. And that told me everything I needed to know about the player mindset between Lonzo and LaMelo. And what showed tonight? It showed that, just like LaMelo said in his post-game interview, my family, he said, my mother and my father raised a killer. I'm cold-blooded. Now, I got a lot more to cook on, but I just wanted to, that's my intro.
That's real.
That's one of you brothers, but that spoke volumes. The post-game,
that's real,
and the interview. But one of you brothers could go ahead and cook, and we'll get into it.
All right, I guess I'll step up to the plate, man. You know me, man. I'm warm take Walter, dog, because I understand the longevity of a season. Now I get it, man. It's awesome to get super heated about these head-to-head matchups, and this is what I told motherfuckers back when everybody want to go against De'Aaron Fox. Everybody want the revenge game. I'm like, no, that has nothing to do with the whole career. That has nothing to do with what you're going to see for an 82-game series. season to be frank. So I'm not gonna put too much into this, but Rev, you was cooking, fam. And I'm gonna say this. I mean, and LeVar told us this years ago. LaMelo is the wild child. LaMelo is gonna be the best. LaMelo is the guy who he learned from his two brothers, and he has no fear. We all saw what happened in Europe when old buddy pat him on the head like trying to son him, and he slapped the shit out of his ass. That's who LaMelo is. We knew this for a minute, right? Lonzo is, and don't get so caught up in personality type, because every player has a personality type that has a importance on the court. So don't get so caught up the fact that LaMelo is a live wire and Lonzo is he is a, what's the word can I use? He's docile. But you can use both of those on the court because you can't have all personality. So let me juxtapose it this way. Like Russell Westbrook, that's a guy, everybody say what? He a dog, right? Everybody say Russell Westbrook gonna go hard. But you gotta have a guy like KD who's more of a beta, who gonna bust ass and win you a championship. So don't get so caught up in the archetypes as far as personality and not peep game of what each player brings to the actual equation as far as what the team dynamic is. LaMelo is in a startup situation, and I love LaMelo. Like, y'all know this. That boy got that dog mentality in him. He's learned from his older brothers. He gonna go out there and do his thing. He unabashedly about his bravado. I love it. He's basically the embodiment of LeVar. If you remember, he went to the WWE and LeVar's out there. He's like, beat that nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? He got in trouble for that a little bit. That's his personality type. He's always been that. Lonzo's more of the cool, laid back kind of cat, and there's a space for that too, especially on that team. So I'm not getting so excited about the loss because, again, you go 10 games from here, nobody's going to remember this game. Unless you just so invested like us, new media, hashtag new media, what's up to the gang. We care about it, but hoop community as a generality, nobody cares about this game. Like, this is whatever. This is a game on the schedule. You're going to move forward. You feel me? So I don't want to get people to get so crazy about this, and I want to preview it just how Rev said. I don't want to go too far. I just want to go off personality type. That's all I'm speaking on right now. Don't get too far about it because those two dudes are two different guys. Like Rev said, one dude is a dog as far as mentality is concerned. One dude is laid back, and that's Zoe. Zoe is always going to be a laid back guy. So I just don't want to get people too ahead of themselves of one head-to-head matchup and make all these prognostications when you got to look at a whole fucking season. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a preview it there, and then we're going to go further. And I love how Rev set it up. I love DJ, how you set it up. I'm just going to leave it right there. So let's understand these are two different guys. They play the same position, but don't get too hyped up about one matchup. Don't get hyped up about their personalities when we got a whole season to play out. So let me start my soliloquy like that.
Man, I couldn't say it any better. Let me slide in on that. Honestly, like LaMelo is just, it's like you could tell the younger one had more time with LeVar, spent more time with dad, ran around closer to him. That's kind of how it is when you have two sons, and my sons are in the same age group. It was like that. But you can tell, Lonzo's got more of the intellect, more thinker. He was way closer to his mom, and that's how it was at the AAU games. But man, let's stay on the personality. LaMelo, like the other brother brought up a minute ago on that interview, that said it all to me, and I did the same thing on Twitter. That to me said a big statement when he put himself in his top 5. A lot of players should do that. Like LeVar said, ownership. That showed, in his son. He's preaching ownership, and it shows right now. They look at that. They look at everything like that. And no matter how much interviews he tried to have, even after post game, he kept saying the same thing. This is just basketball. This is what I do. It's just amazing that confidence that he has, and that shows from him playing up. And that's why I've never been worried about Melo not having the physicality that everyone thought. Oh, he's too skinny, he needs to gain weight. He's doing just fine. at his weight right now, he's doing just fine. And, Lonzo gained weight and still, won't go in the middle. But I'm not gonna go down that path right now. I know y'all expecting me to, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save it. So
Shoot, Rev is the what I call the angry interpreter. Like he's gonna say the stuff we don't want to say. And I love how professional Rev be said, "This is not DJ's words." Meaning he about to go in. When he says that, he's about to go in. And this is a blessing to have these brothers on. And for Lonzo, man, he just got to look in that mirror, bro. As a man, you got people calling you out. You got people saying you got done up by your little brother. If I was Lonzo, I'm taking it out on everybody. I'm taking it out on my locker room. I don't give a damn what they do. I don't care if they trade me. I don't care if I hurt some feelings. I'm talking to my teammates, and I'm telling them, look, we can't play this type of crappy style. We can't play this type of crappy play. Everybody's looking for themselves. Everybody want to shoot all the time. Nobody wants to pass the ball. No, in fairness, because I know everybody's getting on Lonzo, there was 5 times Lonzo was open under the basket, and no one passed to Lonzo. You know what happened to Lonzo? He put his head down. You can see he was number one. When that happens, that's when you have to cuss your teammates out. See, if it was LaMelo or anybody else, and LaMelo's not doing it now because he's a rookie, but he showed me some when Bismack Biyombo was trying to act all tough, and I don't know what that was about. You see LaMelo push back. Like, man, you're not about to show me up on no damn national TV. That's when I knew LaMelo's a fucking dog, man. He does not take shit from nobody. And if I'm a coach, that's who I want on my team. I want the killer. I want the person. He shot a 3 over his brother's face. He knew the media and stuff were going to talk about it. He didn't give a damn. He celebrated. He was coming out for blood. He was coming out to be that dog, the face. And he's playing 24 minutes. 24 freaking minutes. But I'm about to go in today, man. And shout out to DKM. He on the boy. This is legendary right here. This panel right here is legendary. Before DKM goes in,
don't know much, my boy.
Before DKM goes in, I gotta say,
I want to hear DJ. I want to hear DJ. Let continue, my brother. Forget I got up in here. I was speaking up. Go ahead,
Jeff Van Gundy. You should be ashamed of yourself for trying to stoke the flames of the media, doing old media tactics, saying LaMelo was stat chasing. So let me get this straight. You want LaMelo to take a bad shot. His feet weren't set. He probably didn't even know the shot clock was off. He passed it to an open man. Oh, he's trying to get his triple-double. How about this? Question the coach for not playing LaMelo at least 30 minutes to get his triple-double. How about that? But you didn't mention that. You wanted to go on national television and belittle a 19-year-old kid. You want to take the fun away from him. Oh, he's stat all year. When have you seen LaMelo stat pad his stats? There was a game against the Nets where he could have had 10 or 12 points. He had 6, 5, and 5, and he made the right plays. He could have been stat pad, and he didn't do it in that game. Or the Sixers game, he didn't stat pad. But since he made that one play, you got Shines talking about, oh, he's trying to stat pad. And that's not even the case. If he would have took that shot and it would have been a miss, you guys would have been talking about, oh, his shooting percentages. He's not playing well. You guys would have been saying that. So cut the bull crap. And this is why new media is rising. It's because you buffoons keep spewing this hate, this emotion. And I'm here to tell you logic will always conquer emotion. I'm going to let DKM cook because I know he got a lot to say in this. Well, DKM didn't come in, so anybody else jumping on?
Cute, man.
He missed that cue, man. I was gonna let him cook.
Well, you alley-ooped them real good.
Yo, let me slide this thing in real quick.
All
Look,
right, man.
what Hoop Jargon is saying is true. You do have different player types and things of that nature and prototypes and all that. It's cool to be laid back if you're a killer. It's cool to be laid back if you're a leader. I ain't seeing none of that shit, Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? I'm just look. We at that wall. We at that wall right now, people. It's time to have this conversation because it's gonna be a lot of sad people. It's gonna be a lot of sad people if the reality click for Lonzo, man. Hoop Jargon. I know you've known a lot of players that have been on similar trajectories as Lonzo. And I'm not saying now, I'm not talking about the next contract, but it's hard for them to keep footing in the league. And sometimes they end up going the way of the dinosaur, man. Look at Michael Carter Williams. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about the boy. Like I said, I'm worried about him. If there was ever a night I thought I was gonna see some dog, I ain't talking about talking loud and screaming, just a certain energy. It's something missing. I don't know, like DJ said, if he needs a change of scenery. I don't know what's going on, but something is not there. And it's becoming very concerning. It's as far as Jeff Van Gundy, man, and Bismack Biyombo. Russell Westbrook chase stats. I done seen Kyrie chase stats. All your favorite players. Steph Curry in the game, they up by 30 the other night. He chasing stats. Like, come on, man. It's the league. Everybody chasing stats, man. So let's not be selective with who we call out. You know what I mean? Because that's that ball agenda that I talked about. Bismack Biyombo, man, that boy ain't gonna be there in 2 years. Who cares what he says? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? When none of us watching the game for Bismack Biyombo, guys like that, like all that, teams that talk your ass up. Oh, be a great leader. And the trade deadline, Bismack Biyombo will be in Cleveland somewhere. So I ain't hearing none of that.
That's fine.
None of that agenda they trying to throw. We saw a problem tonight on the court, and I'm interested if DKM is here, hearing them slide on it.
Yo, like DJ said, bro, this is a legendary crew we got up here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. This was one we've been waiting for a long time. I just go back up in here, hearing what you say about Lonzo, bro. I want to quickly speak on him real soon. I don't know what it is about this guy on national TV, but he does himself no favors whenever the games are televised, bro. The game against the Heat on Christmas Day, this right here, bro. I don't know what is going on with Lonzo Ball, and LaMelo might have came in at the perfect time to distract a lot of stuff, but when people say bust, I want to be very specific here, okay? Lonzo Ball is not a bad NBA player, by no means. He's a starter in the NBA for most NBA teams, simply on the fact that he's one of, if not the best, defensive guards in the league, right? He is in that conversation with your DeJounte Murrays, your Marcus Smarts. It is what it is. But and he's and you can't compare him to no Anthony Bennett, guys like that are out the league, right? So I want to make it very clear that Lonzo is a starter in the NBA. These people that say he's going to be out the league, that's never going to happen. He does too many things really well. He's a great distributor. He's a great rebounding point guard. He's a team player. He's unselfish to a fault, and he can hit the free at a respectable clip. In terms of expectation, bro, if someone said this was the Lonzo Ball we were going to get in 4 years into the league, we'd all be mad disappointed because this ain't what LeVar begged him up to be. This isn't the player we saw at college, at UCLA, looking like a damn cheat code, bro. 6'6" point guard, do it all, do everything. He ain't been that in the NBA so far. And in year 4, yes, we get on the players too soon. We need to remember he would only be this would only be technically his first year in the league had he spent all 4 years in college. And we done seen guys like Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, similar unselfish like point guards take years to come into their own. Thanks. But the game's different now. You're expected to produce right out the gate. And Lonzo, in comparison to his peers, there's a lot of players from his draft class ain't had no problem with it. Jason Tatum's on the verge of putting himself in the conversation of being a top 10 player. Donovan Mitchell's leading the franchise into the playoffs, same draft class. And for Lonzo, in terms of the expectation, he's been a disappointment. That's why I made that video titled Lonzo Ball has improved. And I feel like he had improved some aspects of his game, such as mid-range shooting, stuff like that. Tweaked his form a little bit. So he's definitely probably improved and is a better basketball player than he was last year. But in terms of his on-court production, bro, it ain't what we expected it to be. And when you see what LaMelo's able to do off the bench, putting up near triple doubles in 26 minutes, like LaMelo makes the most of every minute he's out there on the court. He's always doing something. He's trying to score. Like he cares about his numbers, and that's if Lonzo cared about his stats a bit more, then maybe we'd see a more productive Lonzo Ball. His personality, his demeanor. While some people may like it, Brandon Ingram must love it because he can say, "Hello, Lonzo, give me the ball right now," and Lonzo can give it to him every single time. Like you just like when you play with someone better than you, and you just accept, like, okay, I'm gonna give him the ball because he's gonna get it done, and I'm not. That's the type of mentality you see. Like I don't know if you guys ever played like sports and like physical education, like PE, and like you might be like the man on the team or whatever, and everyone knows you're the man. When stuff gets serious, when you ask for the ball, they're going to give you that damn ball. That's what it looks like when Brandon Ingram calls for the ball from Lonzo. It's like you give him the look, bro.
God damn.
They're not even going to step to you. He's just going to give it up. So Lonzo, bro, I was really disappointed by his performance tonight. He fell below the expectations. As for LaMelo, bro, with Jeff Van Gundy, you talking about stat padding, right? There's one thing trying to get a triple-double here and there or whatever, okay? This man is on the verge of becoming the youngest player to record a triple-double in NBA history. It's a little different when you're about to be the first person and youngest player to ever accomplish such feat, especially when you're when the last few games you've been close to it and your coach has robbed you of the opportunity to do it. Forget the triple-double. And when I look at that last play, and DJ talked about this earlier, credit to you, I don't see Melo stat padding. I see him about to take a free. His feet weren't set, and he sees Zion Williamson, the man with the most lethal hops in damn near the whole world, 50-inch vertical. LaMelo, you know he bends his knees. It's a set shot. He doesn't get too high. Bro, Zion is blocking that shot. LaMelo probably thought he had a little more time. He could make that pass off to the corner for a wide open free. He ain't thinking about his triple-double in that moment because he was going to shoot. I've saw a couple of times LaMelo needed like one assist for like a double-double, like not a triple-double, like a double-double, and he's still out there trying to score. So it ain't about that. He probably didn't even know how many rebounds he had because he was sitting at the scorer's table waiting to get in the game for the second half of the fourth quarter because coach was bringing him in and out like a yo-yo. He done came up on the bench, sat back down 3 or 4 times in the final 2 minutes. I don't know what that was all about. It was strange. But one thing that stood out to me as well, I mean, LaMelo's been playing consistently at the same level. He's doing as much as he can off the bench at the moment. We're seeing that. Like he's giving you a near triple-double off the bench and he ain't starting. Like on a team like the Charlotte Hornets, like what does that tell you, bro? Any other player with any other last name on any other team in the league would get that look as a starter, especially when you got the green light to make that transition with someone in Devontae Graham, who, although had a good game tonight, has been struggling of late. It's the perfect time to make that adjustment. I don't know what's holding them back. But LaMelo definitely got the better of the matchup tonight. And the Bismack Biyombo situation at the end. And Rev, I know you said you weren't worried about it, but I'm interested in knowing what went down with that conversation. LaMelo's hyped. His team's just got the W. He's showing, and bro, that man was aggressive, bro. That man was kind of Mel went over there, positive energy, and he was trying to send some sort of message or tell him something. I don't know what he was mad about. If it's to do with that situation, he made a bad decision, bro. He's a rookie, right? You can't expect him to be flawless out the gate. LaMelo isn't perfect. Sometimes LaMelo does stuff during the game. I'm like, damn, bro, why'd you take that shot? Why are you shooting a contested free when you're struggling from free like early in the shot clock? But what you can't deny and what is clear to everyone is his talent. He is a superstar in the making, and even his doubters at this point can acknowledge that. In terms of talent, if he's doing this right now, doing stuff right now that Lonzo isn't doing 4 years into the league, bro, what's that tell you? For me, and I'm gonna let one of you guys go in a minute because although I could continue going on forever, right? For me, the way the Ball family is, not everyone's gonna be a superstar, right? LaMelo's the superstar of the brothers. Lonzo's the starter. respected player all around the league. You know what I'm saying? Not quite an all-star, but above average player. And LiAngelo, assuming he can get up in there, is like a shooter, role player. You know what I'm saying? Knocks down his shots. And is, you know what I'm saying, best case scenario, a role player, spot shooter on whatever team he plays for. I'm going to move the keys over, let someone else go because I've been rambling on for a minute. But tonight was a great game. And it's good to see the Hornets get a W against a good Pelicans team too.
Nope. That's facts.
Man, y'all dropping fire today, man. Shout out to the 200 plus that's in this chat right now, representing the new media.
Yes,
man,
sir.
thank you guys, man. Hit them likes, man.
Yes, sir.
Get those likes up. If
Run
you
up
want
the
to
likes.
stay here, keep the likes up.
It's free, bro. Hit that thumbs up button. It's free. And if new around here, DJ does this live every night after the games. You don't have to wait for ESPN in the morning, bro. DJ's going to give you raw, uncut truth. He's got the connections. He's got great guests. So subscribe so you don't miss another upload, bro, because this is new media we taking over, bro. You don't need to get that agenda stuff that they have over at ESPN, bro. My man coming consistent with the late night heat. And I know the Pacific viewers love it.
Boom.
Yo,
Wow, that's what real support looks like, man.
Yo, let me say something that DKM said. I want to pass it over to Hoop Jargon, to Shanker, or Mr. Jones on this topic. Look, man, my theory on what you just said, DKM, about the Bismack Biyombo, the whole vibe with the team when it come to Melo, I've been saying this, is weird as shit. Like, it's weird, bro. And I'm a believer, especially when you talk about billions of dollars and billion-dollar organizations and stuff like that. It starts from the top down. And for me, since night one, long before night one, this has been a case of buck breaking, because LaMelo is a different type of player. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come through the necessary channels with all the gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? The Nike camps, the circuits, the NCAA college basketball, all of this. He is an outlier. His father is an outlier. We have all said tonight that LaMelo is probably the closest thing to LeVar on the court. So it seems like since day one, this organization has been on a mission to show this flashy kid the way they want him to play basketball, or the way that things go in the league. He's not that guy, bro. He's not going to be that guy. And like DJ said, all this is going to do is have ramifications in the future. Let me break it down real quick, and I'm passing it. Y'all don't think that someone who was taking the stats tonight didn't come over to James Borregos and the coaching staff and say, your rookie is on the verge of making history on national TV in front of his brother? I've seen games with other rookies and other players who are about to break a record or set a record, and they'll run a play in the offense in order to get him that one assist. They could have ran an easy pick and roll and got LaMelo that assist. But what's going on is there is an agenda, and I said this at the beginning of the season. This is bigger. It's bigger than Nino Brown. You feel me? It's bigger than James Borregos. I think this goes all the way up to Mitch Kupchak, possibly MJ. But for them not to run a pick and roll player, for LaMelo to hit a floater and they hit a three, and they take him out the game consistently once he's getting hot, it makes no sense. Like, this isn't about learning. This isn't about, okay, we're trying to it's none of that. It's a deeper agenda, if you ask me. And I feel like guys like Bismack Biyombo, they feel like they're entitled, because they're role on the team, to be that guiding voice for Melo on the court. So Bismack is probably just echoing the sentiments of the coaching staff about making sure you teach Melo the right way to play the game. That's what I think it is. What you think, Hoop Jargon and Shanker and the rest of you?
Yeah, man, brother, that's a great alley-oop you throw. And guys, I hate to be warm take Walter, but I'm always going to be this guy because I understand process with players, bro. And I want to say this, man. With LaMelo, you don't want cheap storylines with him. You want actual progression. You feel me? So the fact that he didn't get a triple-double, and I tell people this shit all the time. So if you tell me you got 20, 9, and 9, that's not the same thing as getting 10, 10, and 10. Fuck that. Are you progressing? That's all I care about, because that's what's going to lead to you being a player that's going to lead to being a productive player down the line. So I don't care about that shit. So I get it, man. Most casual fans, you want to follow the storyline, the narrative. You want the triple-double. Triple-double is sexy. You want the 3, you know what I'm saying, double digits in 3 categories. I get it. I don't give a fuck about that, right? And that harkens me back to Allen Iverson, his rookie year. If y'all remember, he called a timeout his rookie year so he can get 40 or some shit like that his rookie year. And nobody remembers, nobody ever talks about that. And he got 40, and he got he set a record for like a rookie or some shit. Y'all look this shit up. But nobody who talks about Allen Iverson talks about that shit. I remember like watching SportsCenter when I was like in middle school or high school or some shit like that, the middle school. And that was a talking point at the time. Nobody gives a fuck about that at this point. So I don't care about that shit. I care about you are good enough to have made a triple-double. You didn't do it. So fucking what? So fucking what? Because what's going to matter is, are you progressing on that level to consistently do that, to when you start doing it effortlessly, it's going to take care of itself. So I want the panel to understand, like, don't get caught up in that dumb shit. Because, again, most casual fans want that in a vacuum. Let me step back to another player. Lance Stevenson was hitting poor man triple-doubles like, 6 years ago when he played for Indiana? Nobody cares about that. Because right now, Lance Stevenson is what? He's a bounce in and out guy. He's a 13th man on the bench to most guys. Fuck all that. I don't care that he didn't get a triple-double, because all those little talking points, they ain't nothing but 2 days of newsworthy shit, then it's over. I care about LaMelo Ball being a complete player. So the fact that he didn't get a triple-double, but he looked so good, he looked aggressive, he was ready for the moment, that's all y'all need to worry about, man. Don't get caught up in this bullshit. So if we're going to be hashtag new media, let's not go for hashtag old media tactics where you want these talking points. You want to see progression. And LaMelo Ball has shown progression. So don't get so caught up on these talking points that, old media tactics show, and they invalidate players. And let's understand what he's at, because he's basically on some JaVale McGee shit. And here's what I mean by that. JaVale McGee was like at first he started off starting, then he got on the bench. He was one of the most productive players with time, points, plus minus time when he's on the court. So now he's like a treasure now, because he's a guy you can use, and he's hella productive. And LaMelo Ball is going to be way better than JaVale McGee. So I don't want to make the parallel in that capacity, but I want to let y'all know that in the time he's on the court, he's highly productive. And that's LaMelo Ball. Y'all got to peep game for what he is. I know we all want to make him a superstar right now, but when you're developing, that's what's important. And so don't get caught up on the triple-double, because, we see Russell Westbrook, the triple-doubles. He had, 3 triple-doubles? His team was like 0-5 to start the season off with Washington. So don't get caught up in that bullshit. That's bullshit. I want him to be a whole player, a guy that's going to impact wins as far as win shares, a guy that's going there plus or minus just, off the chain, a guy that's going to get better. Fuck the haters. Bismack Biyombo is the elder statesman. However you want to, shake that out. That's just facts. And y'all got to understand, in that faction, the elder statesmen are going to want to supersede over the younger guys. That's just how basketball goes on that level. Fuck all that, because I'm telling y'all, in 2, 3, 4 weeks, you're not going to care about this no more. I want to look ahead to where he's going to go in LaMelo Ball. Even though he didn't get his triple-double, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. He is going to get to the point, when he's shown with his aggression, with his consistency, he's going to be nice as shit. And that's what we need to be focused on, not the counting numbers, because that is basic, that's casual basketball counting number shit, and it does not have nothing to do with him being a player that's going to get to that next level. So that's what I want to establish, man. I'm always going to be that guy. I'm never changing on that.
Thank you, Brother Hoop, for your opinion. I kind of disagree with that. I'm going to let DKM speak on this.
Now, first of all, right, big picture, what hoop jargon is saying is the truth. Realistically, if Melo Ball ain't had a triple-double tonight, we're going to get our views. It's going to be a talking point. Everyone's going to be hyped. Everyone's going to go crazy. And then 2-3 weeks' time, nobody's going to be talking about that because that's the way the stuff operates. You know what I'm saying? That if I asked you guys in the chat right now who holds the record for setting for having the youngest triple-double in NBA history,
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows, right?
Markel Fultz.
Yeah, because it was somewhat recent. Okay, who had it before
Give
Lonzo?
me my money. No,
Exactly.
I'm fucking with you.
Lonzo had it. Exactly. Nobody cares.
Who had it before Lonzo though? That's the thing, because that's somewhat recent. We remember who had it before Lonzo.
Michael Carter Williams probably, I would guess.
Okay, right. Okay, well, you guys are known, but you guys know your basketball, right? So you guys are going.
Nobody cares though.
Right, that's the thing, right? But what I do want to say in response to that hoop jargon, right, is yes, big picture, this doesn't matter in terms of his progression. What we're saying is, if it doesn't matter so much, why does it seem like the team is going out of their way to stop him getting it when other teams would go all out to try and get their rookie that accomplishment and that record to boost his confidence? Whereas, like with the Hornets, it's like, no. We're not going to help. We're going to go out of our way. We're not only going to not help you with it, we're going to seem to go out of our way to stop you getting it. Because, bro, I've been doing my streams recently. Like, there's been several times LaMelo Ball, first 2 quarters, he had like 8 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds in the first quarter. And you're like, okay, triple-double watch. And then he's like falling like 1 rebound short, 1 assist short because the coach ain't playing him for the last 6 minutes of the game. You know what I mean? It's kind of...
Can I answer real quick?
Go ahead, answer.
Just like how Darius Miles and Carlos Boozer was hating on LeBron James, he's a rookie. Same shit, bro. And was it DeJuan Wagner? Same shit. Until you prove yourself in their minds, you ain't shit. We can step back as fans, like, oh man, y'all hating on him. In that locker room, they look like you the new dude. We don't give a fuck what you doing. That's how basketball players look at other basketball players. Back to you.
And I know you, and listen, for the chat, bro, right? This is a guy who's played at a high level of basketball, bro. He's been in locker rooms with good players. He's played against good players. If anyone's going to know the intricacies of locker rooms and how stuff that goes down, it's going to be someone who's played at a really high level, and that's who hoop jargon is. So no matter what hoop jargon says, whether I agree or disagree with it, I'm a treat what he says with a certain level of respect because he knows the inside. I don't know the inside like that, okay? From an outside perspective, and that's what I'm speaking on from someone sitting in my chair from rainy Scotland, watching this at 7 a.m. in the morning right now. It does, like Rev was saying, it does seem like from day one, it's like they don't want to embrace the superstardom of LaMelo Ball. It's like from everything, from the jersey number, from the quotation about the minutes, from the fact he ain't starting despite the way he's playing. It's like everything. It's like they're trying to baby him in a sense. And the way Bismack's like, whatever you want to call it, doing at the end, it's like these guys, you said like they're hating because he ain't proven. Well, he's showing every time he's out there on the court that he might already be the best player on the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, he needs to tweak some things here and there, but in terms of just raw talent, like of what he does out there, bro, nobody like can do that. Like, bro, like that step back he hit on Lonzo tonight, he's got it like that. He waved everyone off, you know what I'm saying? Pulled up, step back in his brother's face. Lonzo, anytime he was matched up with LaMelo, not once did LaMelo's pulling up his shorts every time. Let me guard my brother. Lonzo wanted no part of it. He'd go pass it off. And I guess that's his game. That's his personality or whatever. But LaMelo has that factor in him, that character in him where he's like, hell with coach, hell with the sets, hell with the plays. The moment is now. This is what the fans want to see. This is what the people are here for. This is basketball. This is entertainment. They want to see me and my brother go at it. It wasn't Lonzo that went at LaMelo. It was LaMelo that went at Lonzo. That's why everyone paid attention to the game. And LaMelo delivers in that aspect while putting on a great performance, while being efficient and leading his team to the W. And that's what makes him so special.
Let me say this real quick. And DK, that's why I fuck with you heavy. And I get you trying to shield me from the comments, but one thing I'm the guy I am, I don't care about that shit because the same dudes say hoop jargon idiot, The same guy say you compare him to JaVale McGee. You don't understand the context of what I'm saying. I'm saying a guy who is in limited minutes, you give a lot of production. So I'm okay with that because most people who come in probably didn't play Division I basketball and above. So I'm cool with that. Like you don't have to shield me. I'm not a sensitive dude like that. And all I'm saying is these same dudes are gonna be ghost if he hits a slump. If he starts having 5-point games and 5-point games and 2-point games, and then these same dudes gonna be ghosts. I'm about what you do over a sustained period of time because I understand the process it takes for you to be a higher level player. And I'm okay with that. Like I would take that because these same dudes gonna tuck tail and hide at home, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like when things ain't going so sunny. So it's all good. I understand process like a motherfucker. So I'm not tripping at all, man. I just want to see him do well, and I don't care about talking points as far as the triple-double is concerned. All you doing what you need to do when you got your time on the court, and LaMelo Ball is doing his goddamn thing. And I told DJ, I told everybody on this panel, he is the least guy I worry about because he got that instinct. He got the LeVar, burning desire to go out and kill, whereas, like we said, Zoe is more like Tina. He's passive. But what I'm telling people in basketball, there's a place for both of those type of players. And on the Hornets team, you don't need 3 dogs. You already got 2. You got Zion and you got your man, baby KD. Goddamn, I can't think of his name right now. Ingram, right? So you don't have to have 3 dogs. You got to have somebody who's going to give the ball to them and keep that machine going. They just got to find a way to keep that shit clicking. The Hornets is a new project, so you need somebody to step up and be top dog. And LaMelo Ball will be that. We've seen him do that at every level. So I'm not worried about that. So I just want people to understand that even though they're on 2 different teams, there's 2 different dynamics. And with basketball, 2 different personality types can lead to success in their own ways. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, DJ, real quick. I don't know if you saw KJ Sports Talk's DM, right? But can you click the little thing? I'll got something to show you guys, right? Real quick. I'm sharing my screen right now. Can I show you guys a little clip real quick? Can you do that? Can
Absolutely.
Right. Do you guys see my screen? Is my screen up on the stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, this is next level, man.
Okay, my man.
I didn't think my channel could do that.
Right, bro, we'll keep it minimized, right? But what they're saying,
wait, is this stuff gonna mess up my live streams, brother?
Nah, bro. I'll be posting the bro. Listen, we good, right?
All right.
ain't nobody gonna notice this, right? But listen, what they're saying is LaMelo might have got a triple-double, and I assume he wasn't credited for this right here. Look at this. Let me turn the volume down. Now that wasn't given as an assist, but if you look slowly in slow motion or whatever, LaMelo goes to the deck. If you look at another camera angle, he probably right there. You guys see it? He probably hits that to Miles for the wide open dunk. So people are saying LaMelo might have made history after all. That's just KJ wanted to get up in here. He wants to be added to the stream to say that. I don't know if he's still around or whatever, but I just wanted to show that real quick.
Also, AB, if you're listening, I sent you the link to the stream because I definitely want you to give your opinion. So if you're listening, I sent you a link on Twitter. So we would love to have you on. Also, we're gonna have Shanker and then Mr. Jones cook on this discussion.
Well, let me ask you, Hoop Jargon, about this though. That last 3 minutes when they took him out. What like the way that happened? What happened there?
So I was working that. I was in and out on the game, brother. So you got to get more specific about what you're speaking about, man.
Well, it just seemed weird how the sub went. They knew when he was within 1 assist out of the way. I even put it on Twitter. I said, "Don't do it, JB." And the first thing he did, he took him out. And then he kind of had him sitting over there to come back in. to me, I'm still trying to figure out what happened with that substitution. Like, what was the
He a
purpose of bringing
terrible
in
ass
Chris?
coach. That's what happened. He a terrible ass.
It's probably some self-righteous pump and shit. And that's you know, you're gonna see a lot of that on that level. So I'm not absolving coach on none of that. I just try to always look to the finished product, man. How does it look beyond all that bullshit? Which I mean, I'm not absolving that. You know what I'm saying? JB on that. I'm not standing up. I'm not caping for him. You feel me? I'm just looking like, what did your performance look like overall? Even though you didn't set a quote unquote record, even though you didn't have a milestone, how do you look at a hoop purist? He looked damn good without the triple double. That's all I'm saying, brother.
I'm good. Hey down now.
AB in the house.
Yeah, what cracking?
AB the hero.
Hey there, baby. It's your boy AB the hero now. Down here in NOLA.
You got that hand on going, baby.
You heard me, boy?
That's
Yeah, now.
Uh-huh.
Tell you, boy. First thing first, that boy hoop jogging, boy. He a hater, boy. Be careful now. Should have heard what he was saying about Jimmy Butler, boy. You can't trust him, man.
This nigga talking about Jimmy Butler. Boy, get your ass on.
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna tell you, man, that boy Melo look good though. Boy. I was hyped for him tonight there now.
Boy, get your ass on somewhere, man.
That boy look good, man. Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Look like gumbo there now. Hold on.
Well, you ain't from the South, boy. Get on somewhere, man.
I'm right down here around the way, boy.
Hey, boy, on that
Bro,
wall.
AB, on some real, bro. How was tonight, bro? That's obviously special. That's special that you got to go to that, bro. How? I'm so disappointed I didn't see your Instagram DM and I couldn't have got you up on my stream live when you was at the game. So I'm sure the people would love to know what it was like being one of the limited people in attendance for the matchup, the first between LaMelo and Lonzo Ball in the NBA. A moment of history for us, a moment we've all been waiting for. What was that like, bro? Tell us all about it.
Man, I'm gonna stop.
Hell,
I'll stop. No, but no, for real though, it's a good time, man. I feel like it was a different experience being at an NBA game like now in this current condition because they playing like the fake crowd sounds the whole time. So it sounds weird. So it's like moments where it's just dead silent, and then it's fake crowd noise. So that's weird. But like, man, it's a epic game to be there. And then we kind of sat up top. We were way up in the top. Jello was in the building. Demo, everybody was in the building. So that was cool. But then just the same frustration that everybody feel when we watching in the building, everybody getting hyped. Melo finna get this triple double, 3 minutes left in the game, and then you sub him out, and then you playing the game where you bring him in and bring him back out. So that's
3 minutes.
Yeah, that's how folks in my section was feeling like. Come on, we counted down the whole way through, and then for him one more assist, and then for them to let him fall short, to me was a disappointment. I thought that they were going to like show him some love, you know what I mean? Finally, in this game, it's a big game for him. He playing against his brother, national media, the whole thing, and I feel like that was kind of sad and kind of whack for them not to like help him get across that, especially in a game where it seemed close towards the end. But like realistically, they were about to win that game with a minute left or so, you know. So, but it was good, man. I got my man Doyle here, but he ain't hopping on here.
Oh man, let the brother come through. But I understand though. I understand.
Can I introduce Doyle real quick? For those that don't know, this bro, AB got connections like that. We know this man was in the JBA working. And Coach Doyle, bro, he done Coach Melo, Leangelo, the JBA, not only in America, but overseas. So if there's anyone who knows about these brothers and what they're about, having coached them firsthand in the relationship he has with LeVar and the family, this right here is some inside scoop, bro. So shout out to DJ for having these connections, as well as AB, obviously, for bringing the plug up on here. I'm going to give the floor to you, bro. Like, speak up.
Sir.
My man, he not phenomenal right now. He's been kicking it late. It's you know what I mean, had a saucy right now. So you don't know how long you're sitting there too wild.
The boy be on one, man.
But no.
Yeah, bro. The chat saying you're drunk, bro.
AB on one, man.
Man, it's that Buddha. It's that Buddha.
You having a great time in New Orleans. Trust and believe.
Nah, it honestly is like the whole COVID stuff is really dead. It's just that, like, literally, I flew out. I woke up like at 4 a.m, and so I just been going since then. You know, then I heading to the airport at 4 the next day, so I'm a little tired more than anything. You know? But it was definitely worth it. Like I said, man, the vibe in there was dope. I think that I was hyped that eventually, like within the last day or so, the media attention started to really pick up, and then they had you know what I mean, some more interviews and things with the Ball brothers. I will say that one of the things that I noticed is, my dog Lonzo, he got to get more like just excited about the game again. You know what I mean? Like this was a great opportunity for them two to like just be happy to be out there. And it just felt like that energy wasn't what folks wanted it to be, but they got time.
My man's good at it, man.
Lonzo's energy was gone, man. That whole game from the start, it's like he just doesn't look like he's fitting anymore. It just doesn't look like he wants to be in New Orleans anymore. I feel like he's checked out.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, the vibe is weird. The vibe is weird, man. I think it's time for 30 seconds, 60 seconds of ether, man. Hoop Jargon, you kind of talked about it. DKM talked about it a little bit. But let's get into it, man. How y'all feel about James Borrego in the chat? Y'all let us know, man. Fire it up, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe. We about to talk about it. Look here, man. I'm sticking with it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, DJ.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you finish up, but I got to say this about James Borrego. Basketball is the game of relationships, especially with your players. And one of the things that's a cardinal sin in coaching, and all the coaches who are listening to this, tell me if I'm wrong. When you know a player is about to break a record and he's so close, and all he needed was 3 minutes extra, right? He only played 24 minutes. That's all he needed. And Coach JB didn't do that. That's when I knew he has no dog in him as a coach. He lets other veteran players do what they want. And it's sad, man. Because when the years go by and when LaMelo's a free agent, and let's say he leaves Charlotte. Now, I don't want that to happen. Charlotte has great fans. But if that happens, you'll look back and say, damn. The organization will be like, damn, we should have handled this a little differently. Because right now, until the fourth year, the main objective is, number one, make sure LaMelo has everything he needs to become a great player, and he's looking like he's ascending to that each game. Number two, make sure the team is built around him gradually and just have an identity. But the team has so much toxic energy. Jealousy is very evident. And I'm glad this game was on national television so they could see what we've been talking about for weeks. We've been saying all this, and now you all see it. They look off LaMelo. Most of LaMelo's points and assists, he has to do it on his own. They don't make any plays for him. They don't create anything. They created so much for Devontae Graham, but not for LaMelo Ball.
Facts.
They wanted to showcase Devontae Graham. They didn't showcase LaMelo in this game. If they did that, LaMelo would have had 20-plus points, probably 30. Just looking at how the game was played. So I'm sure they knew that LaMelo was about to have the triple-double. It's not just a triple-double, Hoop Jargon. And I respect your opinion because you played overseas. You know the game. It's how they did it. It's how they did it. That's disrespectful, man. You know you about to – I'm sure
exactly.
The stat analyst guys that talk to the coaches, you know LaMelo Ball's about to get a triple-double. Oh, okay. Subbed out.
For no reason.
It's odd, man.
Fact.
It looked odd. I had to say it, man. It looked odd. And
There
Shanker,
was
man,
no reason.
I'm gonna let you finish this, and I'm gonna let Mr. Jones go in.
Man, I just, that part of it is the part that bothers me the most. I get it, because I'm not one that cares about triple doubles. Look at Russell Westbrook. All the triple doubles didn't get him a championship. Rest my point on that. But this is what I'm talking about. There was no damn reason for that substitution with 3 minutes left. There is no excuse for that shit. They brought him to the sideline and just talked to him. There wasn't nothing for that. There was no reason to even throw the momentum of the game off, but to prevent him from getting it. That's the problem I have. It ain't about if he didn't care about it, I don't care about it. But the simple fact is, no other coach in the NBA would have ever did no shit like that to their number 3 pick. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, let me slide in because I've been waiting to cook for a little bit. I'm gonna piggyback off that point. Has anybody noticed the last game that Anthony Edwards played?
Yep, shooting
Anybody?
100 shots. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. About to go straight to that point, straight Hennessy, no chaser.
Okay.
He had 26 points, but here's the thing about it. Who's the max player on that team? Is D'Angelo Russell. When have you ever heard of a rookie out shooting the max player by 5 or 6 shots?
He's done it like 3 times this year.
He continues.
I don't think he's starting though. Is he starting?
So when at Anthony Edwards' situation, he's been given a longer leash, obviously, because he's the number 1 pick. But you see a coach that's allowing him to make mistakes and grow. So when we're talking about the progression of LaMelo Ball, I think, like everybody said, okay, it's not about the triple-double. Let's take the triple-double off the table. But when I'm looking at Anthony Edwards take more shots than D'Angelo Russell multiple times as a max player, and I'm looking at Melo this game, and I'm like, okay, Graham started off good, but if you notice the stats at the end of the game, his stats fell all the way off to where the point where LaMelo shot bad, but still outplayed this guy who had 12 more minutes and 3 more shots, which makes no sense whatsoever. So, like everybody's been saying, the progression of LaMelo Ball, there's no reason to substitute him out with 3 minutes, but it's like if he's outplaying your starters and he's shooting bad, that says a whole lot. He needs a little more room to grow. He needs a little more leash. And I'm not seeing that from James Borrego. The guy is obviously getting offensive rebounds, pushing the base and getting assists, and he's getting rewarded by getting benched. That make like even announcers are saying that after the game. Well, you guys were plus 16 offensive rebounds, and LaMelo Ball had 5 of them. If you're getting these stats where this 6'8" point guard is getting you 5 offensive rebounds, pushing the pace, and leading the trail for a comeback, there's no reason to bench him for what? So that's what I'm noticing that got me hot. I'm like, all right, even if I take the triple-double off the table and look at the bigger picture, you don't want this kid's progression to get hampered because you're playing this, oh, well, I'm the boss. You're only going to get 24 minutes until I say so, even though the world sees like you're obviously better than 3 of our starters. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let one of you guys finish cooking that up.
Bro, you absolutely right. And I respect where Hoop Jargon is coming from because he's speaking from a dog mentality of forget the stats, forget the numbers. As long as Melo is producing and getting better, that's the bottom line. That's a dog. I respect that. But we got to deal with the politics around this as well. And the fact that not only is Anthony Edwards' leash is so long, like you said, I can't tell who's the max player when he's on the court. Like he getting up at least 13 shots a night, at least. Tyrese Halliburton in the same situation. He was drafted, 13? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then even when it comes to your franchise player, bro, there is not many franchise players that are rookies that you will be able to go, and you're looking at them as a franchise player, and you will let a guy like Bismack Biyombo try to show them up on the court. They do not treat this kid like he's the future of the franchise. They don't. I mean, and my problem with the process argument is this. This is why I don't accept it. Every restaurant is not a good restaurant. Every restaurant got a process. They might have roaches in the kitchen, but they got a process. Well, the Charlotte Hornets is one of them restaurants with roaches in the kitchen. They ain't got no damn process, man.
Cook rap.
This is your only nationally televised game all year, fam. What are we talking about? You better try to get them numbers and them views. Okay, let's just talk basketball. Bro, it makes no sense the way they play LaMelo Ball. He's not developing because of their process. He's developing because he's a dog. Like DJ said, all of his points come off one-on-one basketball or hustling and stripping somebody and getting a rebound and getting an easy layup or just some swaggy creating out of nothing. Bro, this is buck breaking, bro. He is the son of LeVar Ball. He holds a lot of LeVar Ball's tendencies. You know what I'm saying? He's outspoken. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's saucy on the court. They don't want a guy like that getting off to that level with the style that he plays because he's an influencer. It's not basketball 20 years ago. You better believe a lot of these kids are going to be getting drafted because of their social media following in the future. That's going to happen because these organizations at the end of the day are about the bottom line dollars. Bro, it's nowhere in the hell your number 3 draft pick and you looking at him like the future of the franchise is supposed to be getting shown up by Bismack Biyombo. The substitution that y'all are talking about that is so egregious, and I was trying to keep it low, but I'm going to go and turn it up. That was so goddamn egregious at 3 minutes and I knew it was coming. They subbed him out for Bismack Biyombo. So if the strategy was for free throws, when you sub Bismack Biyombo in, then Stan Van Gundy goes right to the Hackabiz. It made no sense for basketball. Right after that, you're leading by 5 points. I told y'all all season, Gordon Hayward is not a point guard. Just because they say positionless basketball don't mean it's true. He got ripped 2 times.
Definitely not point guard.
The Pelicans were not able to come down the court and convert. But if they would have converted, they would have took the lead. You got Melo on the sideline. You got Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier running scared as hell when Gordon Hayward is bringing the ball up the court because they don't want to deal with the press. You got the answer on the sideline. Now, if you're trying to develop this kid, shouldn't you be trying to teach him situational basketball and how to break a press and how to close out a game? And can you hit the free throws? When a guy like Anthony Edwards, look, I don't got nothing against Anthony Edwards, but I'm going to set this straight. These two guys are not the same right now. They're not on the same level. It takes Anthony Edwards 31 shots to get 26 points on 31 minutes. 3 of 10 from 3. This kid, LaMelo Ball, is creating against the odds. He's creating against his organization. They do not treat this kid as a franchise player. And I know the brother was on here the other night saying LaMelo's going to be in Charlotte for 7 years. I don't see it. Unless he's going for the Supermax, a kid like that can go to a bigger market. And even if he was the second star on the team, it'll be a lot more than what Charlotte can offer him. For a low-level organization to be doing a potential franchise player like this is the most oddest shit I've ever seen with a potential superstar. That's just me.
Man, let me step in. So I'm looking at the chat and people saying, "Hey, what trash?" And that's just the shit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not gonna change. That's just a weak ass take. Gordon Hayward ain't nowhere close to trash. Y'all gotta see, and I'm not talking to nobody on the panel. I'm talking to people in the chat. Y'all don't understand the level of the guys on there just because you don't like their game. Like for you to say Gordon Hayward's trash, that's just a horrible take, man. I'm sorry. And I'm not gonna change because I've been in locker rooms, I've been on the coaching side. I know how the people who you don't like decisions make. I know how they think. I know pro scouts. I talk to these motherfuckers all the time, man. So y'all don't like my warm takes, but I'm telling you, just because we love LaMelo Ball, they love, as a whole, the people who control the team, they love all 12 of them motherfuckers on their team. Y'all got to understand this shit, right? So Anthony Edwards, and I love, Rev, how you juxtapose the two players, right? And for those who don't understand, that means compare. We're talking about a shooting guard and a point guard, 2 different roles on the court. So like somebody who compare, like, say, a Kobe, who was very inefficient, my favorite player, rest in peace, Kobe. That sounds weird even saying that shit. But, you know what I'm saying, he's highly effective being an inefficient player in a lot of capacities. to a very efficient point guard, like say a Jason Kidd, you know what I'm saying? You can argue all day about shot attempts, playing time, what have you. They're just two different players. So I'm setting the background the correct way to say that, listen, guys, we all want LaMelo Ball to do well, and he's going to do that. He just got to go through the shit right now because there was no correct preseason. There was no proper summer league. So they learn on the fly right now. They
But
are
brother,
very high on these guys.
why do you have so much faith in the Charlotte Hornets developing?
No. I don't have faith. I have understanding. I understand how that brass works. It's not faith because I want, man, come on, let me step back. That's a great point. I want him to start off the rip on any team not named the Golden State Warriors. And I said this, DJ know this, DKM know this. Any team not Golden State, I want him to start. I want him to start. But I know how they think, and that's why he's not starting right now. Because I got a default to what's going on and what the thought process is. So I'm just trying to convey to y'all. I know y'all want to hear that shit because y'all want to be fanboys, not the panel. I'm talking about the chat. Y'all want to be fanboys. Y'all want to root your guy on. But I'm telling you how they think. And that's why you're not seeing what you want to see because I understand the thought process. So I'm just saying it's going to come. And when it comes, that motherfucker going to cook. And it's going to be easy to say after the fact, oh, well, he should have been doing this. But there's a process that shit goes through. And you've seen it pretty much through all the rookies. And I love the fact you brought up Zoe not too long ago. Because most of his guys in his draft class, the point guards, they all struggling, bro. Beside De'Aaron Fox. They all struggling. Dan Smith Jr., Catalina, Fultz. I mean, Fultz is kind of off and on, and I hate the brother just tore his ACL the other day. But you got to understand, man, they have an implementation process with these guys, man. And a lot of people don't want to hear that shit because that's some intricate shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to be at that level. I'm going to stay at that level. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. But that's just how the shit goes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more privy to that, and I'm going to always walk that line because that's just reality. You know what I'm saying? I deal in reality. I don't deal in a lofty goal. You know what I'm saying, Rev? And I know you want to cook after me. I want you to cook after me. But I just want to say I understand what they're doing because of how they look at a fucking 12 to 15 man roster. That's all I'm saying.
Let me say one thing. See, I agree with you, Hoop Jargon. I think that what I feel like most folks in this chat realize and is frustrated by is the fact that what you're talking about, that process and that system, makes sense when you're working with standard players. But when you have a guy like LaMelo Ball who hasn't been in that process and system for 7 years now, you know what I mean? That might be an exaggeration, but they pulled him out of sophomore year, junior year of high school.
Junior.
So if you had a guy who maybe had took the traditional route and was on the developmental level as far as basketball goes, as played 2 more years of high school, played a year in college, and then now you're trying to work him into a system, to me that makes sense. But the frustrating part is they're trying to fit somebody who is not supposed to be in that mold. And he's a guy who has already played pro ball several different times, who has already been through what you're talking about in Lithuania, exactly what they're doing to him now. When you have a guy who's obviously super talented and then you're playing him limited minutes and you spot playing him and you're doing things like that, that's what he went through there. When he went to the NBL, folks was thinking that he was going to come off the bench because they got Aaron Brooks. And he had to earn a starting spot. So now you get him in the NBA and you're treating him like he just graduated high school last year, did a year in college, and now you're trying to bring him along like he's is a standard rookie, when most folks realize that the shit don't add up to his situation. And to me, I think that that's the gift of his situation. And I'll give LeVar some flowers on this one and say, you've seen him put LaMelo in the not typical situation throughout his entire basketball career, playing up with being in the 8th grade playing against seniors in high school. You know what I'm saying? You see that consistently
I'm
happening.
with you. I'm with you,
And
AB.
so now they're trying to put him back in this place, and they're missing the opportunity to foster greatness.
That's that buck breaking. I'm telling
I'm
you, that's what they doing.
I'm with you. I'm just explaining to you what the logic is. Whether you like it or not, I don't care what the chat says.
What I don't
I'm just explaining
understand,
the logic.
what I don't understand about this, I mean, I do understand. We just got different perspectives in it, and it's cool for everybody to have different perspectives. It makes a good conversation. Fair. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, like that's not even standard procedure. That's not true because we see other rookies not going through this. Like who jogging? None of it. It just don't make sense, bro. Like overall,
was not starting, bro.
For a standard, it makes sense. I get it. But like AB the Hero was saying, this is a different situation. You're working with a team that resembles a couple levels, and this is a bit of an exaggeration, but it's not too far from the truth. Okay. Glorified D1 school. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the nights where the Hornets win a game or it's competitive, the other team has to be very lethargic and not up for the game. You know what I'm saying? You got too many holes here. You got too many holes there. You drafted a kid number 3. What I'm starting to see with Tyrese Halliburton, what I'm starting to see with Anthony Edwards, what I see with James Wiseman, it's parts of the game where they're teaching these rookies situational basketball. If you're watching the Charlotte Hornets, please tell me anywhere in this season, other than one game I can remember, which was Dallas, where they are teaching Melo situational basketball. That's not happening. So
none of us have that intimate knowledge, bro.
No, I mean, I'm just looking at the game. No. I'm talking about on a junior high school level.
All right, that's fair.
We ain't even got to talk X and O's because we can talk X and O's, but right now this is just on a junior high school level. Okay. We all know there's certain things you're supposed to do at the end of the second quarter. We know it's things you're supposed to do at the end of the fourth quarter. We don't even know what Melo can do under this situation. So my argument was, if you're using these players as trade bait, but you're not preparing this other guy for the roles that he's going to have to fill once they leave, then the blame is on you as a coaching staff because you didn't develop him. His development right now, from what we see in game, I'm just talking about iso ball, I'm talking about natural instincts taking over. It seems to be a lot more he is striving against the system versus, the system is teaching him because no summer league and no this and that. Like, I just don't see a lot of development. And just for the team overall, like I said, the 3-point conversion, I don't understand their rotations. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what is the identity of this team and what is going for. And I think that's what so many people are frustrated about. It's not just necessarily that they fanboys and they want Melo to score 100 points. It's just like when you see the product on the court, the product is not making sense. That's why F said that, okay, they won and y'all are still not happy. They beat the Pelicans, man. Everybody been beating the Pelicans.
Bro.
like y'all stop.
No, the Pelicans
come on, they beat the Pelicans.
That's not fair.
Bro,
wait, let me go in, man. I've been holding this the whole time. Let me put this out there. Gordon Hayward is a good player. He's not trash. We all get that. He just doesn't need to be handling the ball like a point guard all the time. Right. If the Pelicans do that, they wouldn't average that many turnovers, and then they wouldn't have that many L's in the L column. Let me put that out there. But I think people are missing the point that what Rev is talking about. Do you know that LaMelo Ball, and I pointed out the minute stats, is bottom 10, bottom 13 in minute shares per game? So he's the number 3 overall pick, and he's not getting the minutes like the top 5 players, top 10 players. Even Halliburton plays more minutes than him. Actually, I watched the Kings play today. Halliburton is more involved in the game plan than LaMelo. LaMelo gets all his points and stats all freestyle because they don't make anything for him. Because you got a coach trying to please everybody else. But I talked to Rev today, and I made a point that I should have made the other day. If you put LaMelo on the Pacers, let's say it's the Pacers, right? and Malcolm Brogdon was the starting over him. He's never made an all-star, but he's averaging 21, 22 points per game. Nobody would be pitching a fit. But since it's Devontae Graham, and Devontae Graham is a miniature shooting guard, playing point guard, that's why you see a lot of people making a big fuss about it. When you play two short point guards, you see what happens. Yeah, Halliburton put up situational minutes. Yep. So anybody that's saying that Halliburton and Edwards and those guys are not getting more minutes than LaMelo, they're lying to you. FYS Sports Bay said, what the fuck is minute shares? Minute shares per game. Your minutes. That's what minute shares is.
You're in the front office. You got to know that, player.
Yeah, I mean, is that a lie that I just said? I mean, God, Lee, everybody trying to sound like a brainiac. I mean, what? I mean, minutes per game, I guess. Let me reduce it to minutes per game. If
that's more of coaching talk.
Yeah.
To be frank,
you understood what I was talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you.
Right.
And like Trigger Joe said, facts. Halliburton hit clutch free throws a couple of days. Yeah, and we could all say how we dislike Luke Walton, but Luke Walton gave him minutes at end of the games, beginning of the halves. He got him involved. You don't see that with LaMelo Ball. So all I'm saying is there's just a weird vibe with this team, man. Like I see it. And no one can tell me anything different. I'm seeing it. I'm literally watching the games again, watching the chemistry, watching the body language. You know LaMelo's going to be upbeat. You know he's going to be wait a minute. FYS Sports Debate says LaMelo's playing 28 minutes a game.
That's a lie, bro.
That's not happening, bro. That's not happening.
24.
He says in the last 6 games, to be fair, Tom.
Yeah, but he's not averaging 28 in the last 6 games.
Man, quit
He's
that
still
trolling.
barely cracking 20.
He's not. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Jones.
Give FYF his respect though. I'm about to dip up out here, so if he's wanting, bro, FYF, bro, you said Devontae Graham was gonna go for 30 tonight, and I said if he didn't, I want you to be back on here and not run from the smoke. So if you're in the chat, bro, and you not got too much going on, take my place and speak to my bros, because like you know what I'm saying, when you did come on, like you know what I'm saying, you know the game, bro. You're great at what you do, and you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you will have some valid points and it will be an interesting discussion for the people. So what I want, we can bet, okay, bro, FYF, bro, you got to hit that StreamYard link, get up in here. But I just wanted to take a minute to say shout out for having me on, bro. As always, DJ, great show.
Already, man.
Growing, bro. The people are interested, bro. Like, I love what you're doing. I love the panel you got together. And shout out to everyone for coming through to the stream. And yeah, bro, I just gotta go sleep, bro. 8 a.m.
Yeah, take your ass to bed, brother.
Man, no, baby, my guy.
But I'm gonna let Mr. Jones answer on top of that because I think he has something to say. So, what do you think, Mr. Jones?
Oh no, I was just commenting on the I believe the stat that was given, because I've only seen him. Like he's struggling to crack 24 minutes. So I have to, I don't know if that's accurate of him saying Melo got 20. He's averaging 28 minutes in the last 6 games. He's looking like he's struggling to get 24 minutes, but I'll let somebody else go.
I had something to say. I forgot what we said. I'm not sure the minutes. I gotta look it up if I can speak finitely on that. So yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Rev?
I'm sticking with it, man. I ain't switching up on it, man. It's going down because the winner ain't LaMelo Ball, man. Like to me, it ain't rocket science. It ain't hard. Like this man's father tried to basically destroy everything they believe in. They're not going to just reward that. Like that's not even nothing to think about. Like this happens every day in business. It happens on Wall Street. Like this is what they do. And like I said, he is succeeding. He is succeeding in spite of that. It's not because of anything they're doing. The organization is a poorly ran organization right now. shout out to them for being a scrappy team, though, because we must say they're a scrappy team, and they take advantage of a team that's down. And now they're about to get into the stretch of games where if they can continue to rattle off wins, they will be in the mix for a 10th or a 9th seed for a playing game. But I want to say this, man. The thing that I realized the most tonight is we're looking at a situation where potentially, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But DJ, I'm going to be real. I would not be surprised if Melo don't start any this year. Because I heard James Borrego make a comment after practice.
That's tough right there, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it, but they'll chalk it up to the process. They're going to chalk it up to the process. They're not going to chalk it up to the fact that he's the son of LeVar Ball. They're not going to chalk it up to the fact that this man tried to detonate the NCAA. They're not going to chalk it up to him trying to make his own developmental league. That's what this is. But James Borrego's made a statement when they were asking about the bench the other day or him coming off the bench. He was like, for this first year, we wanted to. When he said that, it kind of just made me say, okay, they really might be thinking about, especially if they can't move Graham or Rozier, they might be thinking about just, teaching the kid how to play NBA basketball this year and trying to get him to acquiesce his style to their raggedy-ass team. I mean, I can't say it no other way because that's what they are. They're a raggedy-ass team. They was talking about it on ESPN today. Since 2010, they've been to the playoffs 3 times, was swept in the first round 2 times, and never made it out of the first round.
That's facts.
So I mean, I look, like I said, man, when I go to a Wendy's in the hood, I know it's a Wendy's in the hood. I can sit up there, jump behind the counter, and read the process book of how they telling me they're going to cook the burgers, but I know they're going to be trash. If I go to a 5-star restaurant over here in Buckhead or in Midtown or something like that, now I can trust the process because it's a 5-star restaurant. This team is a joke, man. And like I said, to me, they're really blowing their chance at having a real star. So really, I feel the worst for the Charlotte Hornets fans. I feel the worst. I kind of feel like when Julio Jones came to the Falcons. So I feel y'all pain, man.
Real. Boy, I love you like cook food because I love your perspective. I'm going to call 100% bullshit on that, man. Listen, man. This is an entertainment league, bro. At the end of the day, they're going to put your assets out there, especially a quote-unquote basketball town like North Carolina, Charlotte is supposed to be. That's the way that they sell it. You got Durham, you got, where's Chapel Hill. North Carolina's supposed to be a hoops, hot spot. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Like LaMelo Ball gonna get his moment, and again, like I led in with, we gonna forget about the rough patches to start off on. He gonna get his time. No way in hell you draft a number 3 guy and you're not gonna eventually start him. So I'm gonna have to call supreme bullshit on that. It's gonna happen, and then when it happens again, we're gonna look back on this shit and we're gonna forget this shit. So I don't want to go with this because the NBA again, it's an entertainment-driven league. It's likes, clicks, and all that at the end of the day. So there's no way in hell you got a player of that type of ilk, that type of social media follower that you just. Well, so let me step back. If you don't like him that much and you're going to marginalize him because his father did all this, you don't draft him in the first place. That's what you don't do. So the fact that they drafted that high, they're going to use him because you're going to have to play your assets to make money. So it's going to happen, brother. Like, so don't get so that down on what you perceive as a messed up process, which it as it shakes out, it very well be a bad process. But at the end of the day, you're going to see him start. You're going to see him have starter minutes before this season's over. Believe that. And I'm going to be happy as shit when it happens. Because, again, I think I love LaMelo Ball.
I think your take is probably the more balanced take, honestly, brother. Be real with you.
That's real. Bro. And I ain't trying to argue with you, G. I just, I love how your perspective is. I just going to have to, step in it with how I perceive it as well, brother.
Here's what I think.
Go ahead, AB. I was about to speak.
Oh yeah. I said from what I've been seeing is I think that the boy Borrego is just trying too hard to like be this mastermind coach, and I think he's just overthinking everything. You know what I'm saying? what he was doing at the end of the game with pulling Melo out, switching Biombo back in, all of that stuff, I think he's just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to him in the pregame, and he was talking about how on the defensive end, or getting to the basket sometimes it's a bit hard because they guards are so short. And he said we got Gordon who's 6'8", and he like completely forgot that he had a 6'7" LaMelo Ball. You know what I mean? Because he's so focused on that starting lineup. And I think that he do small stuff so I think that he giving so much power to the Gordon Hayward and wanting to start the game with Gordon being able to take the shots and run the offense through him and feeling like he's just doing this smart thing by having Melo come in with the second wave. And you know what I mean? Where to all of us, I think you look at it, you say, yo, you put your best players in the starting lineup. And I think that he's trying to chest move it too much and then have Gordon and Graham and Rozier get it started, Melo come in with Miles Bridges and have these different rotations and lineups, which make a ton of sense to do. But at some point, when you start the game, when you start the game with 6 points in the first 6 minutes, then you bring Melo in, and then he scores 16 points in the next 6 minutes. Like you gotta at some point start to reverse that, and I think that he just is pride won't let him get to that space more. I think it's more that where he's just trying to earn his paycheck a little bit too much. When it's just like, bro, you can't you'll kiss the give horse in the mouth. You know what I mean? Like it's just that easy. Put the dog, boom, a dog in the starting lineup and let him cook.
DJ, can I say something?
Yeah.
So I see homie in the text say that's cap hoop jargon. We just cap. They will still draft a player they don't like if he makes money because that's the point of the league. Charlotte know they're not winning shit. I don't know exactly his point, but I think his point is that what I said, that if he wasn't an asset, they wouldn't draft him that far. And guys, y'all gotta understand, man, that's a lot of money invested in a number 3 overall draft pick, especially this year. You don't draft a guy like that if you don't have intentions on playing him down the road. And I think FYF hit it on the nail. Like, well, let me see FYF's comment. He said, no summer league, no preseason, no training camp. He would get integrated slowly, and he'll be starting by trade deadline. That's just part of the NBA process. That is facts. This is a very atypical, meaning not typical season. So y'all got to understand on this level, I get it. We want our guys to play, but this is not a normal season, right? These guys did not have the summer league like we normally expect. So it may be a slower burn with some of these cats. And that's what you're going to see with LaMelo. And like FYF was saying, he going to get his time and LaMelo going to do his thing. I say it all the time, man. He is the least guy I'm worried about of the Ball brothers. Least. Because he got that dog in him. He got that personality. He got that LeVar gene in him. He going to be fine. You just got to understand this is a season like none other. So it's going to be more of a slow burn, which us as fans, we don't like to see. But I'm just telling you what they are thinking as the corporate brass, as it were. That's why they rolled him out slow. That's all I'm saying, guys.
Here's what I say, bro, is that we all get that. I think that everybody understood when Melo didn't start the first game, right? The shortened preseason, all of that stuff, we get it. But when you at a place where now we watch him play tonight, 24 minutes, damn near got a triple-double, like it starts to not make sense. Like, yeah, you can how much slow burn you need? You gonna wait till you start slowly burning him into 40 minutes and then before you get him a starting role, you know what I mean? Like that whole process thing makes sense. The whole shortened off season, all of that, I was definitely on board with that before we started seeing the production that he's doing. When you put him in and the man is playing 6 minutes of the first quarter and he damn near got 8 to 10 points in them 6 minutes, and before he got in, you had 2 points in certain games. Like at some point, that process that you're trying to do seems like you putting hurdles in front of your own self. I think that's the issue that everybody see. We get the process, but now you 8 to 9 games into the season, and he looks like your best player. you shooting yourself in the foot by following a broken process.
And AB, I want to ask you this after I finish what I'm saying. If this was a different team and there was a better player than Devontae Graham, if it wasn't such a short backcourt, do you believe anybody would be complaining right now? I don't think so, but what do you think, my brother?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that even if Devontae Graham, if he was playing better, if he was playing like a starter, then it would make even more sense to do this whole process. If it was somebody who was consistent, not even if you were out playing LaMelo. So even if they had a starter in there right now, was LaMelo was still out playing, but that person was consistent, I would still understand the process. You got games where Devontae Graham, it's a stretch where he maybe had 2 baskets over 3 games or some shit like that.
Yeah,
And
2 for 14.
and you listen to the coach, and the coach is saying, "Well, we trust Devontae. We trust it." I heard him say, "If Devontae missed 10 shots, it don't matter. He still give him an opportunity to shoot the game-winning shot in the fourth quarter." To me, that sounds crazy talk to me. You sound like you trying to. You ever try to put a puzzle together, and the piece look like it fit, and you pushing it in there, and it don't fit, and you still trying to get it, and then it just like, yo, bro, it shouldn't be that hard. If it don't fit, don't force it. Go find you another piece. And when the other piece is sitting right there on the bench next to you, and you trying to fit a Devontae Graham or somebody in there, that's where I start to see the issue with it.
Boy, those are powerful points, my brother. This is why I love having these brothers on. And even when we disagree, you see nobody's calling out anybody names or trying to show someone up. It's all love here. And this is what new media represents. It's a brotherhood for all of us to take a part on so we can talk hoops. No disrespect, all love, and just learning. That's what it's all about, man. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about gaining knowledge by learning different perspectives. What Who Jargon said about LaMelo, he's gonna be just fine. Really, the thing I would love for him to start just like everybody else. But if he was getting the minutes he deserved, nobody. I sure wouldn't have complained or said anything about it. But it just looks odd to me, man. The chemistry. I know LaMelo's smiling. I know he's always gonna be like that. He's always gonna be upbeat. But the lineups, he's about to get a triple double and then he gets benched. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. And AB watched the game, so he saw what I saw and many others saw. So I trust his word. But I don't know what will happen. Hopefully, LaMelo will eventually start, but who knows? James Borrego really loves playing Devontae Graham. And if you listen to him in his press conferences, he talks about Devontae Graham like he's an all-star. He talks about the twins like they're very important, like they're really that guy. So I'll let y'all be the judge. Any last words, Revolution, before we close?
Rev, where you at, baby?
Oh, is Rev there?
You still on the? Oh nope, you just dropped out.
Let me say one thing real fast, because I want my
No.
man FYF keep talking about the 28 minutes, and that's part of like my point is 28 minutes is a lot of minutes. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about this process and I'm bringing them along slowly, but now we at this point where you're playing them 28 minutes, but you're playing them the weirdest 28 minutes possible. You know what I'm saying? I watched tonight where they took him out. Uh, 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and didn't bring him back in until like 6 or 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Like this is a
Acts.
weird minutes.
Like not
Like and that's not a to me it doesn't sound like a process of I'm trying to bring this rookie along, especially when they got some rookies who bigs who they really need to develop their bigs right now because Bismack Biyombo got Butterfingers and they need to have some and they won't even play him. That's going through the process. That's dudes who you telling me like, yo, we trying to get you developed. You need some extra work. You can't tell me you're giving the dude 28 minutes a night over the last 6 games, damn near giving you a triple double, and you saying, but you need something better. So we got an extra hurdle for you to jump over. Oh, but wait, you hooping, you playing really good basketball, you playing better than the starter, but the process says. And when the process looks completely different for some of the other rookies who actually need it, who actually need that time to develop.
DJ, you was asking my last words. I want to piggyback off of what AB said. That just sounds like you describing a front office that don't know what the hell they doing. And like Raphael said from the 3-point conversion, what it is you got a lot of guys that are the same type of player. Everybody's around 6'6" to 6'8". Everyone can play small forward, but they can play a little too. You know what I'm saying? It was just like if you were going to utilize Melo like this, knowing you already had a starting guard and a guy in Terry Rozier, why draft him? Like I asked Raphael from the 3-point conversion, it seems like they didn't have a plan. And the last thing I'm going to say, the majority of this game, Melo was not playing the one. He doesn't play the one a lot. It seems like he's playing a mix between the 2 and the 3. Point guard, small forward, and shooting guard. So the way he's being utilized is almost like a scorer. And he's having to manufacture shots. But forget all the negativity. Tonight was a historical night, and I'm happy for the Ball family. And I want to see both of these brothers progress and keep getting better. And yo, the panel was fire.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everyone supporting this channel, man. Represent new media. All brothers coming together. All love, all peace, and tranquility. All praise to the Most High, man. Give thanks to the Most High for the blessings you received in this world. Keep your family close. Also, meditate and pray. Not when things are going well. Pray when things are not going so well. So the Most High knows you're loyal. So everyone that support this channel, thank you. You mean a lot to me, every single one of you, all my subs. I hope everyone's having a great day. And I'll say this, for Lonzo, I want him to look in the mirror, man, and ask himself what he wants to be. What does he want to be? That's all.
There you go.
They're not going to help him do it. He's got to do it on his own. And yes, he may have to be that tough guy. And it may be uncomfortable for him, but sometimes you got to sacrifice those things to have a better result. Because a lot of people don't support you in this world, man. A lot of people are for themselves. So he got to be aware of that. See, LaMelo is a great guy and he's fun with his teammates, but he's not naive. He's trusting the word of his upbringing, his father LeVar and his mother Tina Ball. All that confidence you see in him, he got it from them. So when Lonzo figures that out, it'll be great for his career. But we got to do this more often, man. Thank you, AB the Hero, Shanker, Hoop Jargon, Rev, Mr. Jones. And